at a reasonable time. And my name is Johnny Graham, the Digital Services Librarian, and this session is being recorded so we can kind of have a backlog of training sessions um, that we can kind of show people um, as they're still relevant. So this is about Zotero. Zotero is a completely free program you download to your desktop, or you can actually log in to the website to see your items. And I believe George Mason was the one who originally put it together, and then they sent it out there, and it's been taken up by other people who have improved it. It's now at like version 5, and every time they improve it, it is just getting better and better. I used it when I was working on my master's degree and organized papers and all the things you download, little snippets and notes. It does all that good stuff. So I'm just going to take you through it and show you exactly what it does, how wonderful it is, why you should use it. So here is the website, and you can download it for Mac, Windows, or Linux. Um, there's also a free online version called Zotero Bib. It's like you don't need to log in, and this is what the interface looks like. This person has a lot of stuff here, and so this is a good resource for documentation, and you can log in. It's completely free, but if you need to save a lot of stuff that you can save it on your computer just fine, but if you're going to use the cloud version, it is limited space and you may have to pay for that, but usually you don't. I mean, I never reached the limit as far as I know. And then one of our other librarians, Beth Young, has put together a page on Zotero that kind of breaks things down and gives you lots of helpful links, um, how to install it, installing, collecting and managing, bibliographies, citations, and reports. And I cover about a third of this, just talking about it. When it says install assistance, if you need help with installing it on an Apple Mac computer, please go to the Media Center. And that's referring to me. She sends everyone to me, all the students that have problems with it, um, that that need help. So let's go ahead and look at the interface. I'm going to go ahead and bring it over. So here is Zotero. I've downloaded it, and sometimes when you download it, it usually will ask you if you want to install the Word plugin. With Chrome, there is a Chrome extension that you can download, so you can grab snippets from the web documents, web pages. The Word, I'm going to demonstrate what the Word plugin does, and it's pretty amazing. For this being a free product, it's pretty amazing. So first thing I want to do is let's look under the hood. What's going on here? So what is Zotero? Zotero is to help you with organizing your research, things you've downloaded, things you've found, allowing you to tag things with keywords, allows you to organize them better, as well as organize your own publications, which you can upload, and I'll show you that. You can manually upload or automatically upload. There's 3 ways you can put things into Zotero. And when you're citing with it, it will automatically generate bibliographies based on what you've used in the text, not all the stuff that you've put here, or you can generate ones manually with all the items that you have. And the cool thing is you can organize them however you like, which I think is very powerful. Anytime you can organize lots and lots of articles based on keywords, based on how you've tagged them, based on dates, authors, that's always a good thing, because it doesn't take long for things to get unwieldy, especially when you're researching several topics, several nuanced topics, and just keeping things straight. So let's go to Zotero and Preferences. This is the latest version of Zotero, and my preferences popped up on the other screen. So for General, this is what says automatically retrieve metadata for PDFs. That's when you pull something in, when you drop it from one of our databases, you download it, you throw it in there, it will automatically populate the fields like this. And some things you may need to, well, this one, sometimes the formatting, it usually does a really good job with it. I was just looking at the journal abbreviation, but there's the journal right there. Automatically tag items with keywords and subject headings. It doesn't work for everything, but it works fairly well. Sync. This is where you can put your free, when you sign up, you can create an account and you can have it sync across devices. So if I was on my home computer, my work computer, and maybe a third computer, you can have it all syncing and syncing your notes, syncing your documents. And yes, the PDFs will be synced, so you can access a PDF from here, there, anywhere. Searching, this actually indexes your items. I'm not really, I've had some luck with it. It doesn't seem to be perfect, but it does a decent job. And I'll show you that when you search. It mainly looks for words in the abstract, the title, the author, and dates, stuff like that. It doesn't, as far as I know, it doesn't go into the text itself. It just doesn't have that ability. But I may be wrong, but it hasn't been working for me. Export, really don't have to worry about this. This is like a quick copy export um, that you can use. I've actually never used this. Citation style, here's the style managers, which ones they are using. You can actually get additional ones if the one that you choose is not here. And you can see when they were last updated. This one was just updated, the American Chemical Society. And then the APA 7th edition was just updated. Pretty awesome. And the IEEE was just updated in May. So that's very cool that it does that. And you can add additional ones. And word processors, this is where you can reinstall the Word add-in. And if you know what LibreOffice is, it's a free Office product. Usually it's mainly for Linux, but I think you can download it for Mac and PC as well now. Under Advanced, this is something that a lot of people don't know about. Here it automatically checks updated translators styles and your open URL. So if you have a link resolver, which we sort of do with Journal Finder, it will help work with our databases here at CNU. And all you have to do is click for search resolvers. It will say Christopher Newport University, and you just add it, and it pops right there, which is very cool. It makes things feel like they're integrated and working. They're giving each other handshakes and working properly. So now that I've explained things under the hood, I always like to know like what's going on under there. Where's it getting information from? So there are the really 5 main parts. We have the top bar here. Here we can create groups, little collections. We can create new libraries. They're pretty much the same thing, but you can put folders, these collections in the libraries. When I've used it, I only create the folders because it works just as well. Here we can manually add items and then manually link things to them. This button, we can automatically add items by their DOI, their digital object identifier, the PubMed ID, the archive ID, and the ISBN, which is, it doesn't seem to do ISSNs because why would you just put an ISSN? It refers to a serial title, not the specific edition of a journal. Here is where you can do standalone notes or add a child note. Child notes are ones that are underneath different ones, different citations. Here we can attach a link, a stored copy file, or a link, anything you need to attach. And here is where we can search. And this is where we can search your library or specific libraries. And there's all the things you can search for. And there's more. So if you have 300 articles in here, it can be very helpful to search. Over here we can do fields and tags. Over here we can there's some library lookups, there's some cross-refs lookup, there's a Google Scholar search, show file, view file online, more tools there. And this is an index refresh, and this will sync. It syncs the thing with Zotero online, but it does it automatically. Over here, in this part under My Library, I have some folders here. My Library shows everything that's in that library, all the documents. And when it has a little triangle here, this is where it shows you the PDF. So here's the PDF, pulled it up. This is an older PDF and it wasn't optimized for as a PDF, so when I dropped it in here, it did not import the metadata. So I had to manually enter some things. Most of the time it will, especially very recent documents, but older documents, it's hit or miss. I pulled up one earlier from '84 and everything popped up there, and this one's only from, where's the date? Oh, 75. So it's fairly older. And I can get out of that. And you can see that for each one. When you create a note for something, do I have any notes? There's my note. It will save it as here. So it's the child of this title. So here it is. I can click on it. I can add to it. Just adding another note. And it has RTF, rich text formatting, so you can do some different things with it. You can block quotes. You can actually, um, do what you want with this. And here, if I click on the article, if I go to tags, I can see I've added 2 tags here, rabbit and trickster. And here's all the tags I'm using here. Maybe this one does mention Warner Brothers, and I need to add that. If you click add, if you start typing something, if you've already used it as a keyword or a tag, it will pop up there. And it works just like Gmail, with the way you do labels and the way you control your mail. It's the same way. You can have tons of things. You can actually click on them and off them, toggle them to see what pulls up. So which ones I've searched for. These are called tricksters. This one's Warner Brothers. This one's Rabbit. Let me click off of those. So the ones that I've indexed that say Rabbit. So that's really powerful in itself. And you can add tons of keywords. Maybe your research has, like, this one is mainly focusing on the rabbit as trickster in mythology, as tied to Bugs Bunny. And then I have another one I'm creating about commercial viewing for children, and how it affects children's view of things. And here, this is where I've actually put them in folders. Here's Bugs Bunny, and here's commercials. I don't have any commercials yet. My publications, this is work that you've done yourself. It's just to help you organize. So if you've authored, co-authored articles, book chapters, you can put them here, and it will help you just organize them. But also, you can add notes about each item or other files under a license you specify, which is kind of cool. Because when you publish different things, you can't do but so much. They either own your soul or they give you free will, and sometimes there's no in between. Duplicate items. If I've accidentally updated, I got enthusiastic and I'm downloading all this stuff and I put it in there, sometimes you'll get duplicates. Well, this will show you where they are. You can click them and it will show you if you've assigned tags to them or anything. Unfiled items, these are ones that I have not done anything with. So if I wanted to do something with, this one deals with both Bugs Bunny and commercials, I can put it in both. I'm going to drop it in there. This is effective commercials on black children. I'll put that there. Popular culture and children's art viewing, put that there. So now I have folders with articles in them. And trash, if you deleted stuff, like I've been deleting these things, it will show you, it will save them for 30 days, and after that it will automatically empty them, but you can right click and empty it yourself if you want to. So let's say we wanted to add some stuff. I've been doing some research. I need to download, go ahead and pull these over. So I've got these 2 articles. These are from JSTOR, and most of this stuff in EBSCO and ProQuest and JSTOR, most of it is indexed metadata, so you can throw it in there. So these two I downloaded. I'm like, I need to add these to my collection. Easiest way to do it. Oh, I don't want to drag it in trash. Make sure I'm in my library. And I just drag it here. I could drag it directly to the folder and it would put it in Bugs Bunny or whatever. So this one's called the Signifying Rabbit. And this one did not pull in all the information. In fact, it's 23 pages long. It does not. That's not the pages that it's on. 2021. It was published a while back. So I need to fix this. So what I can do is just click on the, pull it up, and this is Eric Savoy. I'm going to go back to the main thing, and I can manually type these in. So here, Henry Louis Gates, Signifying Rabbit. What is the publication? This is in Narrative, Volume 3, Issue 2. I'm just tabbing along. This is 188 through 209. Definitely was not published in 2021, 1995. We don't have a DOI on this one, which is why most things that have a DOI have been optimized for things like this. When was this accessed? That might be important. June 16, 2021. The archive would be if it was associated with a certain database. I'll say JSTOR. And then we got our information. And there's the date I added it and modified it right there. I'm going to go ahead and pull the other one in. And you'll see this one acts much better. Oops. There we go. This was called the Trickster as Selfish Buffoon and Culture Hero. Here it pulled all the information in, ethos 12.2. Here's the page numbers, here's the date, the DOI, ISSN, which is like the ISBN for serials, the URL. Didn't tell me which database I pulled it from, so I might want to put that in there just to keep track of that. But I have the DOI, so that's good. Looks like it was pulled out of Wiley. That's where this information was, even though I got it out of JSTOR. And here I can click on it. Here's the actual PDF. Now, one of the cool things about this is, let's say I have these two articles. I can now get rid of them. I can delete them. It puts it in a folder in your, like, if I go back up here. No, that's not what I want. Zotero preferences. Under Advanced Files and Folders, it's actually putting them on my users, Johnny Gray, and then Zotero. So that's where, or you can specify one if you want it on a jump drive. You can actually do that. Specify a specific one. But that's where it's putting them. So if I delete them from my desktop, I still have a copy of it. So I've deleted those. It still pulls it up because it made a copy of it. So that's really nice. So there are 3 ways to put items in. That was one of them, dragging and dropping. You may have to edit them and add some of the stuff, you may not. The other way is to manually put something in. So if it's a book, a document, newspaper article, or artwork, attachment, audio recording, bill, blog, post, note, patent, all that good stuff is here. You put the information in, and then you can worry about Zotero actually formatting citation, because I know some of these are pretty funky. Like conference paper can be fairly odd, depending on if it's APA or MLA. TV broadcast, who the heck knows how to do a TV broadcast anymore? Podcasts are more and more popular. Blog posts, of course, are popular. So we could do that manually. The next one, you can enter the ISBN of a book, DOI of an article, PubMed ID. So I have a book here, and I have the ISBN. I'm going to go ahead and put this in 978 076 All ISBN numbers are 13 digits. They used to be 10, but now most of them start with 978. Hit return. Boom, the book popped right in there. Look, there's a little book icon. Here's all the information. This is called Sacred Actions, Living the Wheel of the Year Through Earth-Centered Sustainable Practices. There's the author, there's the publisher, ISBN. And so notice this is a book, so I can have it in there. I don't need just periodicals. If I was to scan a copy of a chapter, I can just go ahead and attach it with this, like attached link to file, and it will put it associated with it, which keeps it, all in one place to help you work through those things. This is if I want to add a note. And over here, attach things. The let's see, so those are the three ways. This was the add manually, the DOI or ISBN, or just drag and drop. So those are the three main ways to put stuff in. Next step, now that we put stuff in here, what can we do? So what I'm going to do is go into Word, and with Word, I'm on a Mac, so there should be a ribbon up here, it says Zotero. Google Docs also will have the Zotero plugin, which is very cool right up here. And this is what they do. There's add or edit a citation, which will add an in-text citation. You can add multiple ones, add and edit the bibliography, and then there's unlink or refresh. So one of the coolest things you can do, it's very cool. So if I was, I needed to cite this, rabbit as trickster in mythology. I need to put citation there. So I'll go over here, add citation, select which one. I want this one. This one looks good. There. Hello. Oh. Oh, no wonder. The little boxes on my other screen. So here I can say I need the baker. That was it, rabbit as trickster. Maybe there was another one. There was the one that started with Shadow of the Trickster. So I can have two in-text citations, and it puts them right there. Formats them right in their in-text. And with a period. Very cool thing. I've only used two sources here to cite things. I'm going to add edit bibliography. There we go. I notice it only used Baker and Sajewski here, but notice I had all those other ones in Zotero, but because it's smart, it's linked to these. If for some reason I need to, I'm like, oops, I need to get rid of Baker because I did not mean to put Baker. Let's refresh. I'm going to probably need to unlink the citation first. Oops, you have modified the citation. Do you want to keep modifications from? Click yes. Say no. Oh, okay, so I'm going to click here. Unlink citation. Removing field codes from Zotero place. Oh, I think I messed it up. Anyway, if you remove it, you can manually take it out if you want, but really don't. So we have it here. We're excited. If we wanted to, if we added more citations, we would just keep adding it. So what it does is it's building your citation. From your citations, it's building a wonderful bibliography that's fairly accurate. I haven't really noticed any issues. Of course, you always want to double check, but for the most part, they're pretty spot on. I'm always leery when some computer jumps in and does citations for you because they could be incorrect. Let me show you. So here in Google Docs, there's my Zotero plugin. Same thing. I can um, unlink citations, add bibliography, add citations. So let's say I need to cite this right here. Zotero, add a citation. Oops. Now here it's asking me for my Zotero account. Okay, yeah, because it's using the linked one, which makes sense. I didn't try that. I thought I'd try it just to see what it did. But if I had signed in, it would pull it in and it looks just like the Word document that I'm doing. I think that's all we have time for. This is just a quick overview of how awesome Zotero is and how it can help you with your research and organize things. Um, there's only one person in here, so Tatiana, do you have any questions?
I think everything is pretty self-explanatory. Thank you so much, Johnny.
Oh, you're welcome, absolutely. So I guess that's it. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope you learned just a little bit today. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Mhm.